Hello there, everybody. My name is John Smith,
And my name is Julia Resendes.
and today we're going to be hosting the first ever World Scholars Earth Day live stream. We put a lot of work into this live stream, and we have a lot of activities planned for you all, a lot of showcases that we're going to do. The first showcase that you're going to see is a vegan recipe that Ms. Triala and the Cooking Club made for you all. It's going to be very delicious. I believe it's a vegan pizza.
That's right. So we're gonna be cooking vegan meals, and this is because it's not only good for the environment because we're reducing meat consumption, but it's also good for our health.
And then we're going to showcase us, actually. We're going to be showcasing all of the submissions that you guys made, the World Scholars students, and also the World Scholars faculty and teachers. You've been participating in the Earth Day week, which is excellent. Meatless Monday, Water Conservation Wednesday, and of course today, Trash Free Thursday. We're going to be showing you those images and commenting on them. Some awesome images that we saw, some awesome Instagram posts. I love to see that.
And finally, we're gonna be planting outside some trees to show our little contribution to this Earth Day, and we hope you enjoy that as well.
So I hope you all are excited for this awesome live stream that we have planned. Now we're going to switch it over to the kitchen. Kitchen, we are ready for you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Scholars Culinary Arts. We are members of Cooking Club. My name is Aliona Hernandez.
I'm Mariana Gomez.
And I'm Dalila Gonzalez.
And today we're going to be making a vegetarian pizza. Today is Earth Day. We have been celebrating Earth Week. And on Monday, we did Meatless Monday. We're trying to keep that theme in order to preserve the earth, to be more sustainable, and as well as being more healthy. We're going to be talking about how the consumption of meat actually contributes to some of the environmental problems that we've been facing. Because eating meat is harmful to the environment, it's a combination of land usage as well as the greenhouse emissions that make up the animal agriculture, because it is responsible for producing between 15 to 20% of the total greenhouse gas emissions that are measured in the CO2 equivalent. Livestock is one of the most significant contributors to today's most serious environmental problems, because it leads to land degradation, atmosphere and climate change, as well as a water shortage and a loss of biodiversity.
I want to mention about the benefits of not eating meat for your health. Vegetables and fruit are very high in fiber, nutrients, and vitamins. It helps you lower risk of heart disease, reduce high blood pressure, decrease the risk of cancer, and reduce the risk of 2-type diabetes.
So let's get started. Here we have our pre-cooked crust and our mixture of mushrooms, bell peppers, and onions. Here's our pizza sauce and our cheese. This is our vegetarian pizza. So
we're going to start by just putting in the marinara sauce. And Aliona's going to be helping me with that. We're going to be putting this all over.
More, Mariana.
And then we're going to be doing the cheese. After Aliona's done with this, we're going to be topping it off with mushrooms, with peppers and onions. We also made another one that was spinach and broccoli. We're going to be showing you guys that in a little while. So we have the marinara sauce.
you can put more, or here, you just keep it out.
Yeah, put more.
We can add a little bit more. And this is a very simple recipe. So it's easy to make at home. It's healthy. We talked a little bit about the benefits.
And we do have another pizza in the oven, like
Yeah,
Mariana mentioned, with broccoli. And when it's done cooking, we're gonna go ahead and put some ricotta cheese on, drizzle it on top, and it's gonna be really good.
I can help you.
Thank you, Mariana.
Our broccoli and spinach pizza is ready. We're gonna be showing you guys that one. And it's a very quick recipe, very simple. You can make it at home.
And
And
then
it already smells delicious, guys.
We can add a little bit more,
Okay.
on the move.
up to your liking. And you can do different toppings. It just depends on whatever you like.
I'm gonna spread this all equally.
And this is teamwork. So if you want to do it at home with your family, you can do so.
Can we put all of it?
Okay, I'm going to cut this one.
So this is the broccoli.
This is
and
already.
spinach, and it's ready. We made it a little while ago. The bread on this one is pre-cooked, so it's gonna take about 5 minutes maybe in the oven, and we're gonna have it ready. I think that looks good. I'm gonna be helping Alina serve this one. It looks delicious. So here we have it. This is the broccoli and spinach pizza that we made.
And just to remind you guys again, it is vegetarian.
It's vegetarian. So if you're vegetarian, this is a recipe you can try out. And if you're not, you can try to reduce the consumption of meat because we are trying to help the earth, not just this week, but you should try it maybe twice a week. So try to do maybe a vegetarian recipe twice a week and try to reduce that consumption of meat to help the environment as well as your health. So here we have it. We're going to be putting this one in the oven. The bread was already preheated, and here is our. We're going to be helping you. Always make sure to use the proper materials and this is teamwork. It has already been preheated to
350.
to 550.
Yeah.
So we're going to be putting that in the oven. And once again, here's the pizza, the broccoli and spinach vegetarian pizza. And we're going to be showing you guys the mushroom as well as the peppers. The mushroom and peppers one in a little while. It's going to be in there for 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's all we have for the cooking. I hope that that made you all hungry for some awesome vegan pizza. Now we're going to go over some of the submissions that we received in the World Scholars Instagram and from all of our teachers. A lot of teachers participated in this. That was awesome. So the first submission that we have, and we're sorry that you guys can't see these that well, but the first submission that we have is Mrs. Allen Smith. She actually cooked, or she did not cook. She actually planted some carrots in her garden. And it looks like she was just pulling these carrots out of the garden, out of the ground, right when this picture was taken. So I think that's just a really great way to not only conserve, but also make it so that you have really healthy carrots. And as we'll hear from Ms. Luna in a little bit, a lot of the nutrients that we have in the soil are depleted when we use a lot of pesticides, fertilizers, so on and so forth that commercial farms use. So farming a way like this, like a garden in your home, that can be really good to get the nutrients that you need. Here's our next one. It is, I'm so sorry that we are having some trouble showing you this, but our next submission is also from Mrs. Allen Smith. She planted some cherry tomatoes in her garden also. And that's another way she eats those a lot on her salad, I hear. And that's another great way to conserve materials. What do you think about that, Julia?
Well, I definitely think that's a way to be more sustainable and to help the planet by giving it a breath of fresh air. And so I'm very proud of Ms. Smith. That's great.
Yes, definitely. And we'll share you all of these pictures later on. We'll share those with you so you guys can look at it after you're done with the live stream. But I believe that we have 2 more pictures from Mrs. Allen Smith. Here are some nasty looking bananas. And we actually talked about this on the stream we had on Tuesday. But she upcycled these bananas into very nice looking banana bread, which was a great way to not only not waste the bananas, but also make it into something tasty. Because I don't know about you, but I would not want to eat these bananas. They kind of look gross.
For sure,
The
no.
banana bread, trust me, was very good. Have you ever made banana bread before?
Not yet, no, but I'm sure it's delicious.
Yeah, I recommend all of you try that out. Like it's a pretty good, tasty treat. Here's a video that I haven't actually seen yet, so we're all going to watch it live right now. All right, it looks like we have some recycling. I'm gonna skip through this video right now and just show you all the highlights. So it looks like this teacher has a lot of recycling that he has done with his family, which is honestly a really good way also to make sure that the plastics are being reused. They're not being polluting the environment. Instead, they're being used in other plastic products. So things like plastic bottles, so on and so forth. A lot of those can build up in landfills, and that can be very harmful to the environment. And it looks like this teacher has done a lot more recycling than I ever do, so I should probably learn from him. You recycle a lot or no?
No, I think I'm just like you. But yeah, we can all learn from those who put the example, right, Johnny?
Correct. We have a submission now from Mrs. Jeter. And so she put together a little slideshow for Earth Day, and then I believe that she talked about what exactly she does. Does not want to load on this computer. Okay. I do not know why they're not there. Okay, I do not know why this video is not loading, but I believe that she also uses reusable bottles instead of using plastic bottles. So if you don't recycle, you can always use reusable bottles that you can get at like Target, on Amazon, so on and so forth. That not only keeps our water a lot either warmer or cooler than a plastic bottle does, but it is also a lot better for the environment because you're probably going to be able to keep this bottle for 5 years instead of having to throw out a bottle whenever you're done drinking your water. And another thing that I always do is I reuse my water bottles if I have to use them. So that way they're not going to be polluting the environment even more. It's something that I get multiple uses out of. Have you ever done that before?
Yes, and I think also purchasing glass products and glass containers instead of plastic containers is also another way to be more sustainable.
All right, we have an Instagram submission now, 26 likes. It looks like this one did pretty well. We have a vegan meal for Meatless Monday. So it looks like Mrs. Garza in the library made a very nice looking fruit salad. That honestly looks really good. And I would be very happy to eat that. I know I like my meat. It might not be the best for the environment, but it can be very nice to eat fruits and vegetables from nature instead of always having to eat meat. And to vary your diet like that, that can also help out a lot of animals. So that's all the pictures that we have for right now. We're now going to switch to the outside where Miss Luna is planting some plants with the Ecology Club students, and we're going to come back to us later on to show you some more pictures. Thank you.
Outside. Hello, everyone. We're outside World Scholars.
Outside,
We
are
are
you there?
planting
Are
some
you there,
plants
guys?
today. I'm here with Miss Ortiz. Hello, everyone. Hi, World Scholars, Lions. Woo! We are actually introducing some native plants back into our ecosystem. We're planting some lantanas and some Mexican heathers that we are going to be introducing back into our school ecosystem. These plants are heat tolerant, so they're going to withstand our summer heat. And they're also going to provide a new food web for our local organisms. So these are going to bring in some insects, and those insects are going to be eaten by other birds and so forth. So we're going to have a lot of local organisms moving into this area to feed on these plants. Here we have Ms. Natalie Garza. And Ms. Garza, why are you out here today?
I think it's really important to set a good example for our students, our children, and we want to have a better future for our children so that they can enjoy the earth and be healthy.
Excellent. That's a great reason why to be out here. Ms. Pamela, what does this mean to you being out here planting these plants?
Well, we took so much from the earth. I think it's like now is the time to give back to the earth.
That's a great reason why to be out here. What about you?
I believe that we should, be giving back to our Earth itself because we are the ones that pollute it. So this is something that is we should be doing. So that's what we're doing here today.
Good reason why. Now out here, we already have 2 bird houses in front of the school. And while we've been out here planting, we have seen some birds flying in and out of those houses. So everything combined is going to create a good ecosystem. William, what's your reasons?
Well, the reason I'm here is because actually my parents have also been doing some planting, and I was really inspired by them. And when you asked me to come, I said, for sure, because I love the environment and I like keeping it safe.
Good reason why to be out here. Serenity, what about you? What have you learned this week that we've been celebrating Earth Day, but we've actually taken the entire week?
I learned a lot like on No Meat Monday. I actually didn't know that the meat industry like polluted so much. So like and I love eating meat. So maybe I'll think about that more whenever I eat and try and eat more veggies to like help the environment.
Okay, so our cattle does produce a lot of methane into our atmosphere, which is contributing to our global warming all around. So if we can take some time to actually consume less meat, red meat, maybe once a week if we're not used to it, or if you're used to it, maybe a little bit more often to help with that problem. Michael, what have you learned this week from Earth Week?
I have learned that humans today's sorry, that humans today take a lot from what used to be a wonderful place, the wonderful earth that we used to live in. It always flourished. It was always full of life. But as of today, you know, there's buildings, there's highways being constructed, and we're taking so much from what used to be here. And right now, what we're trying to do is just give back, if it's just a small donation to the environment.
Good reasons why. Now, you do have to remember that on Saturday, we are going to be at the scenic wetlands in Edinburgh. And we're actually going to be helping out there as well with the community. Adrian, what's your reason why?
I'm out here because here in the RGV, there isn't a lot of coverage on the destruction that's being done to our environment. And I think being out here planting sets a good example for the future generation and the future students who will walk through those STISD doors. And it'll set a perfect example for kids who are just growing up thinking that the environment's going to solve its own problems when it won't.
Good reasons why, William. Now, Adrian, one reason why, one thing that Adrian did mention is those of you who are freshmen, as you walk in through these doors 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you can actually see these plants as they are growing and bringing in these new organisms into our community. Now, tips. What are some tips if you want to plant? Now, you need to look at your local area that you want to plant some plants. Is it going to be in the shade? Is it going to be in direct sunlight? And that's how you're going to choose your plant for that area. Does it require a lot of water? Or is it heat tolerant? For here in the valley, we actually should plant heat tolerant plants because of the limited amount of rainfall that we receive on a yearly basis. So that will help us reduce with water conservation and us not having to actually water our plants on a daily basis. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and go back into the school system. Have a great day, guys. Everybody wave.
All right, so that was awesome what they're doing in the front of the school, not only beautifying it, but also making it so that natural wildlife can thrive on our school campus. I think that's just great. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. I think it's a great way to get started.
Yes, and I'm excited to see how that's going to look in the end. So we fixed it up. Now we can actually show you the submission. Sorry about that a bit earlier, but here's the last submission that we are looking at, just so you can see it in a bit more detail. This student did a really great job making that salad. That's a fruit salad that I would definitely want to eat. So our next submission is another video from Miss Marine, our IB coordinator and our curriculum developer. Definitely, definitely. Make sure to recycle your bags. Don't throw them in the trash. That's a very easy thing to do. All right, so just remember that. Remember that a lot of stores, not only HEB, have recycling bins where you can just dump off all your recycling. And if you don't have a recycling bin at home, I think that you can also get that pretty easily. So let's move on to the next one. This is from Mrs. Garza, I believe in the library again, and she made a vegan meal for Meatless Monday. So this looks very tasty. It looks like she has some tofu and some rice. So what do you think about that? Would you eat that?
Of course I would. I think Miss Natalie Garza has like a very good taste in food, and I'm
Definitely.
sure I would try it.
I asked her about it this morning and she said it was really good. So moving right along, now we have Miss Ocampo's submission. This is for garden. So it looks like she has a wide variety, a lot more variety than I have in my garden. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed those few submissions. We're going to switch back to the kitchen now so they can show off the pizza that they were making earlier. Thank you.
Hi everyone, so here's our finished product. This is the vegetarian pizza that we made that has mushrooms, it has peppers and onion, and here's the finished product. So it only took about 5-10 minutes. It's a very simple, fast recipe. You can look up any of these on the internet, and they're healthy. You know, everybody loves pizza. However, let's try to eat this vegetarian pizza, so we try to reduce meat consumption. Like Miss Luna was saying, it does produce a lot of methane the way they, the animal agriculture. So we should try to opt for these healthier and more eco-friendly options. So here it is. It looks delicious.
Oh, so just remember, guys, this is a vegetarian pizza, and it's equally as yummy. And we did something to make it even more pretty and more tasty. After it came out of the oven, we went ahead and we sprinkled some cheese on it, some shredded cheese, and it looks even more delicious than it did before. And I don't know about you guys, but I just want to eat this pizza already.
Yeah.
It smells super
It smells
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
And look at our broccoli and spinach pizza too. So we have a variety. So remember, if whatever toppings you want to, put on there, we can do so.
You will try.
And we're gonna be having Aluna
No.
tasting it.
No. Fine, I can taste. Okay, so I'm going, I will taste
She's
this
gonna
one.
be trying the mushroom pizza.
It's so good, guys.
Yay! It's amazing and it's healthy. And we also have to,
And it's a little bit spicy and have a lot of cheese. And I can taste the crusty dough. So it's very good. I really recommend that.
amazing. And back to the
Lion
planting
style.
outside. To
Oh.
lion talk. Okay, so it's delicious and I can't wait to try it too, but we are trying to socially distance. So try to do different toppings. What are your favorite toppings on pizza, Alila?
My favorite toppings is crushed red pepper with ranch. And I know a lot of people find that really gross, but it's honestly my favorite.
I think I've tried that and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I like jalapenos on mine. I like olives. I like peppers. Of course, I do like pepperoni pizza, but sometimes I try not to, consume meat. So I will just do other toppings. So I'll do mushrooms. What are your toppings?
I really love ham and corn. So but you can make, yeah, you can make a lot of like broccoli or cauliflowers. There's actually, you can make more healthy if you do not normal dough. You can do with cauliflower also, will be that one's more healthy than just this one. And yeah, we are very welcome to share all these ingredients with you. Thank you for joining us today.
And I actually also, I've never tried,
Oh.
I've actually never tried any corn pizza, but I will definitely try that.
Yes.
What do you want us to do?
Oh, we can
Oh.
also do a healthy dessert pizza.
Okay,
We
so
can
we're
do
over here on the pergola
bananas,
side.
we can do nuts,
We're planting some
like
Mexican.
pecans.
Like any fruit, like
Yeah,
strawberries.
You can
Yeah.
do fruit as well. I know I like dried fruit a lot. I always buy dried bananas, like the chips. So, you know, you can try out all these different options if you're going for something more sweet.
Yeah.
Back
Okay.
to back to Johnny and back to Miss Luna outside with the planting.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so we're over here on the side of the school, still in the front where the pergolas are at. We're actually planting some Mexican heathers. These are plants that are low growing to the ground. If you guys are ever out here in the front of the school, you need to come and check out our new plants. These are also going to beautify our campus, bringing in those animals that I was talking about, those insects that are going to be part of the new food web that we're trying to create. Now, Pamela, do you have any advice for anybody online who's watching in regards to conservation?
Well, reuse containers, like plastic containers that you would get from restaurants, or some candles that you already finished, to reuse them for a new purpose.
Okay, that's actually what I try to do today and every day. Reuse plastic Tupperware containers. That way I don't have to throw any trash away. Adrian, do you have any conservation tips for anybody?
I think you should always recycle everything you use, no matter what it is, always recycle paper, plastic, and any other item that's recyclable, because it'll help a lot more than you guys think it will.
Okay, good, Adrian. Now, what you guys need to think about is how you're going to help our Rio Grande River next time that you are opening the faucet. How are you contributing to that water pollution? Are you throwing things out the window as you're driving around? Are your parents throwing things out the window? These are all things that we need to make aware of. We also need to teach our parents how to conserve. Sometimes we that are a little bit older weren't taught how to conserve things for our ecosystem. But as we get older, we learn more. So yes, we do get wiser. And that's the only thing that we're trying to do with this week is educate you and how we can all do our part, no matter how little or how small your contribution is. We can save on any items like styrofoam plates that you use at home, plastic forks, styrofoam cups for a party, anything like that are things that you need to take into consideration. Also, how do you recycle at home? Does your city have a recycling center that you can take the items to, or do they pick up the recyclables from your own home? If you live in Edinburgh, I know Edinburgh has a recycling center, but they don't necessarily go to every single home to pick up the trash. Some neighborhoods are not in the area, so they can't go to your house. So I know me personally, I go to the recycling center about once or twice a month to take all of our recyclable items to the center. And yes, that does take some time. It usually takes about 30 minutes before we have to pack the stuff on the vehicle, drive on to Klausner, and actually release or dump everything there. But I think it is well worth it, especially for my future family, my future grandkids. William, do you have any conservation tips?
Some conservation tips I know of are my aunt is very into gardening and she uses a composter. So if you peel oranges or you're eating a banana and you throw it away, you can actually use that as fertilizer instead of buying it from the store and adding it to like pollution and runoff because it's very natural.
That's an excellent idea. I know personally I do that when I'm in the vehicle and I am in my driveway. Before I drive off, I actually do have that tendency of throwing the banana peels back onto my own yard. All righty, so we're gonna go ahead and go back inside and I want you guys to enjoy today. Bye guys.
You all All right, so now we're back to this room. We're going to talk about the vow, and then we're going to look at a few more submissions that you guys submitted on the World Scholars Instagram. It's not too late also to submit, so if you still want to do that, remember hashtag Go Green with World Scholars. Get out your phones right now, take a picture of your garden or your recycling, and that would be awesome.
So another one of the activities that we had planned for you guys was a vow, and it's gonna be via a website called Padlet, and we're gonna share the link with you guys. And basically, where you're gonna have what you can do is write a little vow for Earth Day, saying how much you express gratitude for the Earth or anything that you want. So that's another way to participate and to show compromise to yourself.
All right, so be on the lookout for that vow. Now we're going to get back into submission. So right now we are still on Miss Ocampo's garden. I want to talk just a bit more about it. So it looks like she's a big fan of salads because she has a lot of the materials that you can build a salad with. I'd just love to be able to go into my garden, get all the things that I need, and just be able to have a fresh garden salad. Like that would be the best. So do you eat salads at all? Or?
Yes, I love salads, and people who know me know that too.
That's awesome. So that's kind of one of my goals with my garden. So hopefully we can all aspire to the level of Miss Ocampo. That's awesome. All right, so we have another video submission. Let's do this. We only have one Earth. Conserve water, grow your own vegetables. Yes, I agree with these. Cilantro, easy to grow. Tomatoes, recycle. Ah, that's better. Awesome. Feeding the birds. Recycle plastic. Watermelon. And thank you. I 100% agree with all of those. Like those are things that I try to do. I don't think that I'm as good as I am as Miss Bettis is, as she demonstrated in that video. So like kudos to her. Like I think that if you take away anything from this Earth Day, I think that it should be to just look at the things that are easy to do, like feed the birds, grow some vegetables, just conserve some water, get a bin out and maybe conserve your rainwater. And who knows, you might be able to filter that and use it to water your plants or something. Just use what nature gives you. And if you do, then some really good things can come out of that. So it looks like we're having a problem with Mr. Prox, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. So here's his submission. It looks like he's using an HEB bag. Reusable bags, really cheap, really inexpensive, and they actually work better than regular plastic bags. I know that my parents and I used some reusable bags that have insulation on them so that we can keep the groceries in the car for longer without having them go bad. Do you like any reusable bags at the grocery store? Or?
Yes, and I think another thing that we should consider is probably skipping baggage when it's like very few products that you're taking. So I think that's also another resource that you can do.
Definitely. So kudos to Mr. Brock. All right, we have another video on Mrs. Allen Smith again. Let's play that one.
I just picked my fresh salad for me this Monday.
Yes. And we do actually grow some of the materials that we need for salad. We're trying to get some more lettuce. We had some problems with the lettuce over the freeze that we recently had back in February, so unfortunately that died. But we've been really successful with the cherry tomatoes. We've been eating those on our salads already. And also those carrots are really good. Like they're probably the best tasting carrots I've ever had. Do you know of any like community gardens or something like that? Have you seen those before?
No, I haven't.
Dang it. I really wish that like somebody in the RGV, if you're listening, if you are influential at all in the RGV, I want a community garden. I think that would just be epic. Honestly.
We should get started with the World Scholars Garden first.
Yes, World Scholars Garden. Any administrators that are listening, let's do it. All right, Miss Sarabia, she's using her reusable water bottle. Also, if you don't know, we have awesome fountains that are really easy to fill your water bottles up. A lot of schools don't have that. So that's already a step that we've taken as a school. And I believe also, I think there's one for Miss Tite also. I don't think it's, there we go. It is in the right order. So Miss Rabi and Miss Tite both taking initiative and refilling their water bottles. And this is actually what I do. So she had a regular Dasani water bottle, but she refilled it so that she wouldn't just waste that plastic. And like that's something that you could do literally during this lunch period. So I encourage all of you to do that, if anything. All right, we have one from Mr. Demo.
Here's the garden that my wife and I set up the other day, and hopefully it's going to be fruitful return. Take care.
All right, getting started with gardening. Hopefully he was inspired by Earth Day. Who knows? Do you have a garden with anything at all?
No,
Oh, dang
I
it.
have a decorative garden only.
A decorative garden. Ay, ay, ay. We got to get you set up with like anything. You don't need planters. All you need is like just go to Lowe's, get some tomatoes, get some carrot seeds, plant them in the garden or plant them in the ground. Just till up some ground. Just see what happens. Like it's really inexpensive and pretty easy to do. All right, one other video. It looks like.
Hi, I'm Miss Costa.
I don't know what happened.
One of the ways that I am helping the earth, and that is by recycling. So I created my own bins here, specifically for glass, plastic, and cardboard. So just one little step to help here.
Definitely. I know that you guys kind of struggled seeing that, but what we can see here is that she has a table outside for bins, and she's making sure to separate her recyclables. That makes it easier for the recycling companies to separate it all together.
Right.
Have you seen like the facilities at all? Like did your elementary school take you on a tour
Yes.
of like the McAllen Recycling Center?
Yes, actually, yes.
I remember that. Like it's huge and they have a bunch of stuff that they put together, but it does make a difference. Like if you think that recycling doesn't really help at all, it does. And it's really easy to do. Something that I highly recommend. And it looks like that is about it for the submissions that I have collected, but we have received a couple more submissions. So I'm actually going to go and load those up right now. Just give me 1 second. Would you like to talk about kind of how you felt about what you saw?
Well, I think this is really just an example of how many people are actually taking initiative towards this cause, and I'm sure we can all get inspired by them, especially those who have planted gardens and those who are contributing in any way possible. And I think the best thing we can do is contribute with anything that it's at our reach. Maybe we don't have time to plant a garden, but we can always ride our bicycles on a Friday afternoon instead of getting into our cars and driving. So I feel like we should all just contribute with anything that we can. And I encourage you all to think about that and think about the little ways that you can contribute to taking care of the planet.
Definitely, and we're having some tech issues here right now, so sorry about that. That's all the submissions that we're going to be able to show you. But it's also not just Earth Day week. Like I know that we kind of think, hey, let's just make sure that we're doing our part on April the 22nd, but every single day of the year should be Earth Day. It goes for a lot of holidays that are like this, but if you could make Earth Day just a little bit, just do a little bit of something, plant a garden, throw away that plastic bottle into recycling. I should have said throw away. I'm so bad at it. But just recycle that bottle. Do that every single day. And if everyone does that, if you encourage your family to do that, if you encourage community members, your friends' family to do that, that can be an incredible impact. There's this story that I remember from elementary called the starfish story. And there was this person that was putting starfish back into the sea to save their lives. And somebody came up to him and said, why are you doing that? There's too many starfish put into the sea. But the person said, you know, at least I saved that one fish. And it doesn't matter if you can save the entire world, just your little bit of contribution to help the earth can make such a big impact. And I encourage every single one of you to do that. All right. Any final remarks about that?
I think we're good for now.
All right. So thank you all so much for watching this Earth Day live stream. It was a lot of effort that we all put as a committee into this stream. I hope that you all learned a lot about it, about the Earth, about your impact. If you have not watched the recording of the ecology stream that we did on Tuesday, the Lion Talk Special Edition, make sure to go and watch that and get informed about the impact that we're having on the planet and get some more details about what you can do to help the planet. Anything else about the vow that you'd like to mention?
Just stay tuned for the link and be sure to log into the link and put your vow in so you can show your little contribution for today.
All right, remember hashtag Go Green with World Scholars. Use that hashtag on social media and thank you so much for your contributions to Earth Day. I hope you enjoyed, and make Earth Day every single day. All right, and make sure to tune in for Lion Talks at 3. We have an awesome episode coming at you guys. All right, thank you.